So we are on the property where my childhood treehouse still stands. A little bit less of a tree left in it after it got struck by lightning a whole bunch of years ago, but I doubt I've even used this in the past decade. It's been a long time, but it's still sitting here. So today we are going to dismantle it and make it part of the hard angle barn setup so I can store some parts in it and give this thing another chance at life, a new chapter where it's doing something completely different. Yes, I know the grinder and all the dry leaves are a fire hazard. I'm gonna watch it. One side. Have a second load in the truck. Took the first one back last night. Job site's about cleaned up. Treehouse is gone. I cannot believe it used to be that tall. It used to be that tall. That's crazy. And we've got plenty more to come back for. Stuff we picked up at Lowe's today to fix the hole in there and put actual roof ridge cover on it. And more of the old wood. Got the last of the debris cleaned up. And that's that. It took 2 days to disassemble, but back to nature. I had a tree over here that was leaning pretty heavy. Kind of like this one that I'd love to cut, but it's over the barn now. So cut it down, chopped it up, raked the ground. I have the power cords stretched out. That's where they end. That's all the farther they can go away from the barn to try to isolate some noise when we're filming. I'm going to tap on these and listen to how they sound. So obviously they sound just like a normal piece of wood right on the ends, which obviously means that they are still good and not rotted on the end from the time they spent in the ground. Since this X treehouse isn't going to be up in the air as high as it was, it's going to be just high enough to get the generators underneath it, but not too high that I can't put seats in it from the back of a truck. I'm going to have to cut some length off of those 8-foot 4x4s, but I want to do it all up at the top that's underneath the floor so it's protected from rain, rather than the bottom, because once I cut into it, I disturb that pressure treating, and it acts like a straw. It's going to suck water up through the middle of the board and rot it out. So I can't dig down super deep here because underneath all this grass is like 6 inches of gravel. What I'm going to do is dig down just a little bit, use a piece of 4x4, hammer that ground nice and stiff, and then that's where the post is going to sit on top of that packed gravel. Alright, I don't think the ground is going to pack much harder than that under the weight of this and some car parts in it. I want to do the next 4 off camera because, like, who wants to see that? The first post, self-standing. Camera died, so I missed this part, but I got 2 bolts per post all the way around now, and I got the first brace in with 2 lag screws per end, and it's already stiffened this structure up a lot. We have a braced platform, nice and sturdy. Well, not quite a platform yet. For putting nails all the way in, I learned this trick from Bush Radical. I like watching some of his off-grid content. I'm sure you couldn't tell I'm a fan of off-grid by the fact that I still don't have power over here. You take a heavier hammer, put it on the other side of whatever you're hitting, so that that force you're exerting goes into trying to move the hammer away instead of just moving the bendy board. Platform's done. I can now tarp this if it rains. And as you can see, it's kind of dark, so I think I'm gonna go inside. I just remembered I had to do the second layer of flooring before I tarp it, so you know it's gonna be dark here in a second. So because we were out so late last night working on this, I got a little bit later start than usual. It's almost 8 o'clock in the morning today, and it's supposed to start pouring rain for the next 3 days, 3 p.m. I know that sounds like a reality show concept, but right now it's the concept of my reality and not a reality show. This tarp is too small to cover the whole thing. I'm going to need a tarp from this car, which is fine because this tarp is way too big for this car, and I only want to cover the engine bay, so that'll kind of work out. So I have, I got to count on my fingers, 7 hours to build the whole thing and get it dried in so that I don't get all of my brand new OSB soaked for 3 days straight. If it was a little multiple hour rainstorm, I might not care, but it's going to rain for 3 days. So, better get to it. It's really hard to believe it's going to pour rain so hard. It's such a beautiful morning. But I guess there's some cloud cover that way coming in. This was originally built with a type of mending plate that's all spiky so that you don't need to put nails in it, but since it's been together so long by now, I have some roofing nails. I'm going to go ahead and put a bunch in here just to make sure that these are held on nice and tight. Better. spider. I don't like them. Roof slats are up. It is down to just putting on the plastic roofing. And I have allegedly 3 more hours till the rain. It is, what time is it? 11:30. So 3.5 hours-ish. So I'm not doing too bad. Alright, it's dried in enough that I can go take a break and get a drink of water and eat something. Hold on, time check. What is it? 2:22, so just before the rain. So we just got lunch. It is currently raining, but again, the roof is on. It's going to be dried in a second. As soon as I get the plastic, it's right here on the front. Can't really film because I don't want to get my camera all wet, but be on there in a second. Alright, now it's time to fill this thing up with car parts. Clear plastic on the back, tinted plastic up here on the front where the sun hits it. Check this out. Spec V rod cap as the door handle to pull it shut. I have a couple little improvements to make, but overall none of them are going to be really that easy to see on camera. You know, you'll see this crack get a little smaller, and I'm going to put some bird blocking in underneath the open gaps that are there, but other than that, there it is. Well, I said I wasn't going to film anymore, but I got the bird block in both sides. I got a shelf put in to hold some parts. Got a dash up there right now. Got a whole bunch of seat stuff under here. Box of trim from the scrap car that's underneath the awning. And all this open space. I mean, this has to be for the door. You see the line. But plenty of space to work on a couple more cars and store some stuff. Might even make that a shelf. Why not?